welcome to Healthy Kids Corner with me, Dr. Brooks. This week we're going to talk about something that I do every day and that I have a super duper passion about, and that is chiropractic care for children. So I'm a pediatric chiropractor. All I see in my practice is children, and that's what I love and have a passion to do. However, some parents have some misconceptions about what chiropractic care is, what it does, what it doesn't do. I want to go through some basics, common reasons why parents call our office and why parents should call a chiropractor in their area. We do more of the holistic and natural alternative things. And the first thing is I want you to use our website as a resource. It's www.mychildwellness.com. Whether you're a doctor or a potential chiropractic patient, we do have a whole section of studies that link the benefits of chiropractic care and the reasons why they did the study, such as colic, birth trauma, torticollis, things like that I'm briefly going to discuss today. Because many parents think it's dangerous, it's not a good idea, they could damage their children, they could paralyze their child. Those things are in the, I guess, media, but they aren't in reality. This was a study written by an MD, so I thought that was interesting, and he looked at the manual therapies in children and proposed there be a model for that, i.e., what would make a good candidate or patient as a child for manual therapies. So when I say manual therapies, I'm talking about a chiropractic adjustment, where a misalignment is in the spine and we do an adjustment to restore the natural motion and nerve function in that segment. Okay? For children, it is really slight. I'm using, the fingertip to adjust their neck. I'm using my thumbs for their back, things like that. And I will tell you that for children, they don't have the years and years of trauma, car accidents, muscle tension, stress that adults do. And quite honestly, every chiropractor has a different technique. I will attach this link as well as the link to the page on our website with all of the research that I found useful for parents. But a couple things that were mentioned in this specific article. The first thing I'm going to discuss is colic. And that's not talked about nearly as much as refluxes nowadays. I'm finding that babies that actually are diagnosed with reflux actually have colic, which is basically inconsolable crying, they're uncomfortable, and that can be due to a multitude of things. It could be due to foods that mom's eating if she's breastfeeding, formulas that they have sensitivities to, birth trauma. So this actually, he looks directly at colic and directly at birth trauma. And the thing about birth trauma is it is very much traumatic. Even if a woman says, I had a beautiful birth, it was great, we used no medication, there is trauma involved. The cranial bones have to go through molding to fit through the vaginal canal. And in that, sometimes they can get stuck in places where you don't want them to. I have women that say, I was in active labor for 23 hours, failure to progress, and then they did a cesarean. So you had 23 hours of the head, pushing against your pelvis. Then you were opened up into a cesarean where they may or may not have gone through cranial molding, and then they can have soft tissue restrictions as well as osseous or bone restrictions. So those things can easily be cleared up with chiropractic care early on. And there is not really a perfect age. I've adjusted a baby hours old, weeks old, years old. And I'll link some resources down where you can find specifically pediatric chiropractors in your area if that's what you feel more comfortable doing. The other thing that this addressed is torticollis, and that is where if you look at a baby, if I'm looking straight at you and the head is turned, usually tilted, leaning, rotating, some parents will notice the torticollis or some pediatricians will notice it, but sometimes they don't notice it and they come in for other reasons, and I realize, wow, this baby has torticollis. And you can tell on your baby if they won't rotate to both sides evenly, or a lot of them don't like tummy time. If you're a breastfeeding mommy, they don't nurse on both breasts equally as easily. So they might prefer the left breast over the right or vice versa. And that has to do with head rotation because their head has to look this way for one breast and this way for the other. Or you find that you have to put them in a very contorted position to breastfeed that other breast. Those are some things that they looked into in the benefits of chiropractic care. Again, it is very safe. It's really not something that you should need to be worried about, but I always say information is power. So I will direct you to our website for all of those links. so you can read more. I would encourage you to ask questions to the chiropractor that you are considering. I love this because it talks about restoration using manual therapy, which is what chiropractors do. We restore normal spinal function, normal nerve function for optimal wellness in children and in adults. So this particular study had 110 references. That is a lot just for one journal article. So please see the website for more information. And also in my book, 15 Things Your Doctor Doesn't Know About Your Child, I do discuss chiropractic throughout this book, craniosacral therapy, which I plan to do a YouTube video on soon, and chiropractic as a modality for treatment. So if you want more information as a parent, we do offer courses for parents and clinicians. You can visit our website at dramberbrooks.com for our upcoming courses. You can also follow me on Facebook at Whole Child Wellness and on Twitter at WholeChild4U. You can also see more on our website at mychildwellness.com, which I will link below for you. So thank you so much for joining me. Please seek out a chiropractor in your area for wellness and for care for your children. You won't regret it. I'll see you next week. Bye.